Good day, you good dunce. 21 to 9 in less than a week. Oh, it's more than 21 to 9. I think at the start of this week we had like 32 to make. So. Crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. Also, my body hurts a lot. I did another round of exercise today. I'm concerned that tomorrow I won't be able to get out of bed because my core, when I try to get out of bed, will just go, nut. Oh, already when I laugh, I just want to like crumble over. Uh, like holding myself up on the desk right now. God damn it. No laughing tonight. Tonight's not an entertaining stream. Tonight there is no entertainment to be had. But B doesn't go first. Lombi? Albany? Knobbly? Coda, not a speller. Coda, not a speller. Hey, I gotta set up my phone too. Whoops. We do need to do some 3D modeling first today. Yeah, that's right. I gotta do that. Get rid of that. Alright. 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 Go to here. Tilt that. Voila. Alright, let's do Quirtle before we get into everything. I don't think I've done this many sit-ups since I was like 20. So my core doesn't like anything. Poise. Yeah. Gavi. Gavay. Gaffay. Gagay. Yeah. I don't know what the bottom left word is. No. 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 This is not a comedy stream tonight. Oh, what up, Ray? How we doing? What up, Dex? 350 stream streak. Holy crepes and criminies. Knave. Of course, it's Knave. And his antique, yeah, antique. Gaffy. Yagi, no. What? Gorky? Oh, that's a crap word. That is a crap word right there. Gorky. Gorky. So gorky. All right, we need to create another model. It'll be similar to this size, but not. So it needs to look like no, it needs to. You know those plastic, like those bags that you get a costume in? It needs to look like one of those. I think what I can do, I can add a cube, make it similar dimensions to this one. But instead, we rotate it on the X. -90. And then we take this. So, $50 skew. Let's do it. Just a touch of heat, just a small amount. Doesn't need to be a lot. Wake you up a bit, just a little bit. But yeah, I'm probably not going to stream tomorrow morning. I'll probably stream tomorrow night. Just because with how my body's feeling right now. It's going to be one of those days tomorrow where it's going to be a struggle for me to get out of bed. Because I can already feel my core just like hurting and aching. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll go to sit up, and I'll just collapse backwards. Just be like, nope. I guess I'm not moving. Alright. Here's the 50k. Yeah, yucky. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Alright, so, cube. Costume pack. So what I think we can do, what up, Jersey? Is there still no pink hypnotic? There isn't, no. Might get that organized tomorrow at some point, maybe. If my body lets me get out of bed at some point tomorrow, I will get that added. I will also support hex colors, not just words. If I subdivide this, well, oh, that's not what I want to do. Mulsey! I thought I turned that off. I need to fix that. That's also going to be something that I fix tomorrow. Because that shouldn't be possible at the moment. Yeah, that way and that way. Actually, yeah, I do need to subdivide that way. Maybe again. You know what? Need that to be that way. Then we need to subdivide. Like so. Now I know what you're thinking. A lot of mesh, like a lot of mesh. A lot of mesh. There is pink for 1 second. Less than a second. I think I want to mesh to form. Warp. Can I create a vertex group from there? I can't. Let's just do that. Okay. Costume pack. Ooh. Okay. That does do something. I think that's actually perfect. If I do that... If I dissolve these... I don't need those anymore. And then we can... Scale that back down like so. Scale the Z down. There we are. That looks like something that would have like a costume in it. You know? How would you make locker door vents? Got any clever ideas? So... Let's say you've got your locker door, like so. Probably what I would do, I wouldn't start with a solid object. I wouldn't start with this. What I would probably do, start with a plane, set that to like the width and the height that you want, put it on the correct rotation. Move it to where you want it to be. Like that. And then from here, what I would do is I would subdivide top to bottom to give me two like that. Scale them out. And then I would subdivide here. So if you want, say, 3 vents, then you're gonna want, what? 1 vent, 2 vents, 3 vents. Move all these up. Like so. So this is just very rough, but you go here. Now you got these 3 faces here that you can essentially turn into your vents. Yeah. Yeah, start with a reference image so you know what you're making. And then probably take these. Nah, that's not going to work. You can probably get rid of these. You can take those, extrude them down, yeah, and then move them forward. And grab these ones. Scale the X's out. We've got that, so that's basically like the vent. And then what you can do, you can either select these edges on the outside and extrude them back. Well, I mean, I'd do this anyway. I'd extrude them back like that anyway. And then I would add a solidify modifier. Yeah. And then the solidify modifier will... There you go. What up, Quantum? How you going? There you go. You now have a locker door. And it's got the... Yeah, it's got those little grates in it there. You would probably make sure that these are done. Like, these are equal distance, like equal size apart and whatnot. So it's all like all symmetrical and shit. But yeah, that's how I'd do it. I have no idea if that's the best way to do it, but yeah. How we doing, Quantum? Oh yeah, I should probably do that. Won't even take 30 seconds telling me my project is the stupidest thing he's ever seen. What? Not this Gedunt again. I can't laugh tonight. So today was the third day of my new exercise program, and my core, my stomach is very sore at the moment. If I laugh, it hurts. So I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow morning because I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of bed for like 3 hours in the morning. It's horrible. Like, I've done more sit-ups in the last 3 days than I have in like the last 10 years before. Combine that with like all the planks and push-ups and chest presses and squats and yeah. Anyway, what were you doing? What were you doing, Quantum? Give us the details. I am making a 3D model for this. And then once I've got the 3D model done, I'm creating the textures, which should be pretty simple. We should be able to get all of those done tonight. And then we've just got 3 textures left to make. And these ones are going to be a bit more in-depth because they're going to require us to like draw a fair bit and whatnot. So, trying to figure out Ruby's weird syntax to get a Twitch chat parser that shows emotes. A Twitch chat parser that shows emotes. Is this a terminal thing? Are you making like a Twitch chat in a terminal or something? Nah, Ruby on Rails. Ah, okay. Okay. That is one thing that I'm interested in using is like Twitch chat in terminal. So there's like these different ones like Twitch TUI and stuff. Which allow you to have like different like your Twitch chat displayed in the terminal. You can even do commands. Shows a web page, just this thing is super confusing. Yeah. Yeah, I was never a fan of Ruby. Even with so at my last job, our QA team wrote their unit tests with Selenium and Ruby on Rails. That was a time. That was a time. Not a good time either, but a time. To be fair, you can make shit in any language. Yes, you can, but some languages make it easier. We eventually started phasing out majority of the QA's tests. So we kind of started to go, all right, the QA is writing tests that are already covered by our unit tests. And we are rewriting all of our unit tests. So we're going to keep writing those unit tests. And QA can focus on like user journey stuff. Like running tests against an actual deployed version of the website, which actually follows the journey in an actual web browser and such. And then we will keep we'll be focused on unit tests and if there's a bug that causes things to, like if there's a bug that we need to fix in the front end, when we fix the bug, we also write a unit test that makes sure that that scenario doesn't happen in the future. So someone can't like remove something and reintroduce that bug. Much easier than having a separate team do that. But yeah. I think this here is a very good 3D mesh for a costume pack. Yep. That's what I think. Also, Mel, why would I tell you that your project is the stupidest thing I've ever seen? Can you tell me what your project is so that I can decide if that's what I want to say it is? Maybe. Because it's a 2E auto battler game, cross-compiled to WASM with no user input yet. Yet being the key thing. Yet. Okay, so it's a 2E auto battler game. I'm assuming that it outputs like what's happening. It's not like it's auto battling in the background and you have no idea what's happening until like it says win or lose. I'm assuming it like outputs, you know, something attacks something, something defends something, something heals something. Yeah. It's very graphical. Okay, so you are still going with graphic thing. Cool. When I think of a terminal user interface, I still think, like, I think of something like NeoVim. Something like this. Where it's like, it's a user interface, but it's like not, it's still very text focused. That's where my mind went. It sounds interesting. I would be very intrigued to see how that goes, Mel. Yeah. That threw you off, didn't it? Didn't expect me to be supportive, did you? Yeah. Okay. That's very cool. I actually really like this. This is my kind of interface here. Especially that effect that goes across there. My heart broke a little last time when I caught you at a bad time. Probably. For some reason, I thought that said Iron Launceston. And I was like, why the hell do you have like something that's a Tasmanian town name? Dead. Ah, we already lost. No. I like it. Spacebar is fun too. Spacebar is fun too. Oh! Oh, it makes it more simplified. Ooh. Okay. Very nice. I'm actually running 8 accounts of 5 parties, each of 5 members per party. It's a lot. Overdrive party. Okay, so I can go slash and see the party. Okay. I like it. Keep it up. Trying to implement all the stuff first, then I'll carve a game out of the fun. Smart. Very smart. I need this to unwrap. That should work. Morning, Hadouken, and how you doing? Nice horse. Thank you. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Give it a lick. It doesn't taste like raisins, unfortunately. I wish it did, because that would be really, really good. That would be an expensive horse. All the coding stuff looks like Matrix to me. I don't know how you guys do it. Years upon years of just staring at it and then eventually going, oh yeah, I see something there. First, you start by learning the English language properly. Lies and slander. We all know that coders do not know how to spell. Hmm. Engineers, on the other hand, that's true. That's true. Um. Let's go pop. Um. Let's see. Speaking of coders, I swear some absolute wit is trying to extol the virtues of using a mobile phone to code with. What? Actually, let's move that back there. Take this. Move these over here. Take these. Yeah. Not much texture space lost here. I allowed it, but Twitch does not like that word, by the way. Oh, I know Twitch doesn't like that word. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I don't, like, generally I don't allow that word because Twitch doesn't like it. That's why we say gedunt and bedunt. So if you want to insult someone with that word, you say bedunt. B''dunt, because that's a bad version of those people. Whereas all of us here are gedunts, which are good versions of those people. Yeah. Yeah. Or spell it that way. That too. That also works. Texture painting. Texture painting. Texture painting. Pen, pineapple, apple, pen. For anyone that remembers that. Yeah. Suffer. It's now going to be stuck in your head. Did you ever see the actual advert that went along with it? Pen, pineapple, apple, pen, and C. Can't say I did. Can't say I ever did. All right. Back. Front. Are those chips going to be edible? They're not going to be chips. Not going to be chips. Actually, I don't need to worry about that. I can just say top. Bottom. There you go. What was a modifier that allows to duplicate named? Like vents. So I can stack them on top of each other. Displace. Duplicate named. I know what you mean. Are you talking about an array? Are you talking about doing an array modifier? So you go generate array, and then you can like choose the offset. Like, the new array's pretty dope. Yeah, arrays are pretty good. Arrays are pretty good. I do like them. Haven't seen much texture painting workflow. You're making texture that you'll take into an image editor later for gradients, dither, other reapply. Yeah, so I'm setting it up here in Blender, and then I'll open it up in Critter, and I'll use Critter's drawing tools and whatnot to essentially, this red square here is going to be a label that'll have like the product name, an image of the bobblehead that the costume's based on, that kind of stuff. And then I'll like draw the, add the colors that I want based on which bobblehead it is. So this is going to be a very simple texture. So, which is why it's going to be very quick for us to do. Because it, like, for the good double, all of this is going to be, it's going to be just like varying shades of blue throughout. For Electrocutioner, it's going to be mostly like shades of black for the black suit. And then like down here we'll have like some blue, and down here we'll have some blue for like the electricity coming from the hands. So it's just stuff like that. Yeah, just something to be like, yes, packed in here is the costume. So, gamer, you are late. Too busy playing Deadlock. Appalling. Absolutely appall. Ing. Yeah. Every time I hear the name or think of the name Paul now, I always remember New Girl and Schmidt in New Girl. Where it's like, what a stupid name. Don't even know how to pronounce it. Pal, poo, pal. Because he just hates that person so much. Oh, I love it. It's so petty. Oh, Christ. Assets. Bobbles. Costume pack UV. Pop this open. I really like this. I really like this. Dragon's Breath hot sauce. Fire out your hole. Safety first. Ensure fire extinguisher is near toilet after consumption. So stupid. My stomach. Oh, God. Oh. Let's think. So that's top. So what I can do is add a new. Which ones do we have? Karen Electro Burstable. Go. Actually. Remove. Burstable. Godobble. Electro. Aaron. Fact checker. and pretty popular. So open each of those. Bam! You guys decided about Blender 5.2 released. Just 1 month out, 14th of July. Ooh, 10 days before Bobble Shop Sim releases. Nice. Nice. Okay. Vegetable colors. Electro colors. Good double colors. Karen colors. If it's Karen, they don't have any colors, right? They're just black. Unless Y is up, I am not excited. What? It's supposed to be way better optimized for low VRAM users. I think that's because they're progressing heavily towards having Blender for tablet users and stuff like that, like running, like you can get it on like Android, like the Google Play Store and stuff like that. I think that's what they're really moving towards. And if they can do that and have like all the functionality and stuff still, whew, they will be laughing. Can you stop that? Why? Why do you want to keep selecting that? That's very annoying. Jesus. Yes, that is the direction we want it to go. For bigger renders, it could be even 50% faster, but for smaller ones, it can be longer because of some cache. Yeah. That makes sense. That is something that I think needs to be added to... Oh, actually, I'm going to test something. If I group these, and then we... Okay. Oh, I can group things, apply the transform to those multiple layers at once, and then we can... Yep. Smart. Stop that. Yeah, pop that there. And these two, quick group. first of all. Quick group. Electro. Control G. Let's quick group. When did I become a robot, Aero? I'm technically not a robot. I am still just a floating head. It's just my projection now has a mech. So I can actually interact with stuff now. Yeah. It's still in testing. This is still just a prototype. Once Bobble Shop Sim's done, and we're figuring out the next project and stuff like that, we will progress this into non-prototype stage. Yeah. It's high tech. It is high tech. It is high tech. Okay. Okay. Like this area. I don't think I'm gonna need the pen, like the drawing tablet for this. Like mostly I'm just gonna be doing that type of stuff. Transform. View up. Family bangers. Oops. Garen. I reckon 64 is going to be good. Is everyone on the game going? Good. Good. We have 9 textures left to make. I'm thinking we'll get 6 of those textures done tonight. And then we'll have 3 more textures to do. And then we get all of those items put into the game with their meshes loading and stuff like that. So it's just setting up game data at that point. We don't need to change code or anything. And then we do a bunch of play testing and some performance improvements, some rendering improvements. And then we release July 24th. Yeah. Yeah. Did I do daily Akari this morning? I can't remember. And all the base gameplay mechanics are done now. All the gameplay mechanics are done. Every last one of them. Is that it? Is that it? What am I missing? I'm missing something across the top. No. That one. Ah, I'm missing that. That's what I'm missing. I knew I was missing something. I was like, it's not going to be that easy. Fuck. So no matter what, you have to be there. Which means probably want that there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm giving up on that. Given up on that. Daily Akari has defeated me once again. Ah. Now you can take that because I'd have to go there. Yep. Now I'm open. Now you can come straight down there. No, you can't, because if you do, I'm going to push you there. Still prevents that, and you have to go to there first, but then I can push that. I can move you there. Now I've got you that I can bring out. I also need to get rid of you, so I might push those two first. So bring you up here now. No, I can't. Let's see. You there, you go there, I move there. That's still fine, there's still no checkmate there. If you just go back there, then I mean, what, you want to go there? do isn't going to do anything. What? I could just take you. Like that. I'm just going to get rid of that because it's too dangerous having it there. You're back? Nice, nice. Yes, all gameplay mechanics are complete at this point in time. And it's very exciting. Very exciting. If I can get you to piss off. That does do what I want. Well, it does get rid of the knight, but yeah. But yeah, July 24th is the official release date. That is the date that I have set as of right now. As of this very moment. And I'm just going to go here because you'll take there, I'll take there. Wait, you take there, I take there. There's nothing that's going to happen here. Because, like, if you... I can't move you away. If I move you away, you can come here, and then I do that, and you do that, and then I'm fucked. Oh, actually, no. That's not what will happen. If you go there, I go there. You take, I take. Beautiful. Beautiful. Damn it. Damn it. 0.9 seconds. Oh. 0.9 seconds. I hope playtesting goes well. That would help if there's any way I could. I think I'm just going to be playing it a lot on stream. Just like playing it, doing things differently, trying to place each of the different products on shelves and stuff like that. On different shelves and whatnot, and just seeing what breaks. Yeah. There shouldn't be much that breaks because all of the logic is pretty standard. And then once I've got all of that done, I will... once I've got all that done, I'll, like... do the performance improvements, because that way it's like, all right, I've got everything working. Now I can just focus on now I can focus on, you know, getting this updated and making sure all of that still works as expected. Is Halloween 2 L's or 1 L? Why is Karen angry? Have you ever met a happy Karen? Players usually do the unexpected, you know? I know. I'm not too worried about that stuff though, because I can do unexpected things. Like, giving it to people to playtest and having them do unexpected things that I could come up with isn't gonna do a lot. No matter what, when I release the game, there's gonna be someone that does something unexpected. Yeah. Doesn't matter how many people I give it to playtest. But yeah, we'll get it to a point where it's stable, and it's not gonna break completely when people play it. And then as people do unexpected things and whatnot, I can just take that feedback and fix it. Yeah. As long as all of the standard functionality, like NPCs navigation, bobbleheads navigation, placing things on the shelves and taking them off the shelves, and paying, like having customers pay for things and having customers search for things and all that kind of stuff. As long as all of that works, it doesn't bother me if like the unexpected happens. Yeah. I think of it like it's hard to shift your perception to that of someone who's just picking up the game for the first time, knowing everything you know as a dev. That being said, I've never made this kind of store simulator game, so maybe it's not that crucial. It's not that crucial for any game. You can't prepare for every scenario. You can't prepare for everything that's unexpected. Trying to do so, you're going to drive yourself insane. I know that no matter what, someone's going to do something that breaks the game. That's just how it is. So I'm not really concerned about it. You know? People are going to do stupid things. When it breaks, I'll fix it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to panic and be like, oh, but like, what if there's something I'm missing? Because like, I can guarantee there's something I'm missing. The key is to make sure that regular functionality, like to make sure that when someone puts something on the shelf, the game doesn't crash, because that's pretty shit. Yeah. But if someone does something completely unexpected, like I don't know. What? I'm just thinking through it, and I'm like, holding a bobblehead, placing it in a cage, throwing it in the furnace, trying to interact with a trap, trying to place it on a shelf that doesn't accept it, trying to place it on a bobblehead stand that does accept it, trying to put it on a containment. Like, all of this stuff I expect. So it's like, yeah. There's going to be some things that are unexpected, but yeah. It doesn't matter. That's my point. It doesn't matter. So if we do that, why is it... That's weird. Don't want anti-aliasing. There we are. This kind of thing maybe more common for like platform FPS game, for example. Makes sense what you're trying to say. Yeah, for things that have a bit more freedom, because like my game's very rigid. Like, there's certain things you can do when you interact with things. Like when you interact with the trash can, one of two things is, or one of three things is gonna happen. You're either not holding something, so it just doesn't do anything, or you are holding something, so it's going to check if the thing you're holding is an empty box or not. And if it is an empty box, it just trashes it. If it's not an empty box, then it's going to pop up a message going, hey, are you sure you want to destroy this thing? And then if they click yes, then it destroys it. If they click no, it doesn't destroy it. So it's very, very, like, there's not much, there's no wiggle room for that type of thing. Yeah. Same with the furnace. The furnace is exactly the same. Whereas with something like an FPS, it's like, all right, what if they shoot a bullet and it hits this specific thing? Yeah. Or what if they shoot a bullet from this type of gun and it hits this tank that can explode when a certain amount of damage happens? You know? Is there a way that they can apply stats via upgrades and stuff that makes a standard handgun able to blow that up with one shot, which shouldn't be able to happen? Now, it's when you add stats and attributes and skill trees and stuff like that. That's when it becomes a lot more dynamic. Yeah. That's a lot more prone to error. What was I going to do? That's right. Change our selection. So if I try to draw... Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go label, bump that up. This is going to be colors. So Karen is going to be mostly this black. Look at that. Look at that. Mostly this black. There's going to be a little bit of blue. What we like. And then probably also do... Yep. 30-30. And then that's the front, so that'll be like down here. The back, so that'll be along here. That's the front. Then that side there be the right side, because when we're looking at it, yep, right, left. So what we need, this color here. We want to have like a bit of let's get the circle back. This isn't going to make much sense at the moment. But it will. When you see it on the actual. Do it like that. I'm gonna take blonde color and probably on the back, on the bottom here, probably. What up, Yuki? Trying to study for my game design class in 2 hours, and I hear in full blast volume a BMW check engine sound from my neighbors. It's an exam, not a class. How's the grind going? Yeah, I hate people that rev their engine. Like I have some people that live like across the road, a couple doors up. One of them has a motorbike, and it is obnoxiously loud. Like a motorbike is normally a little bit louder, but this thing is ridiculously so. And it's just like, come on, like, in this neighborhood, who are you trying to impress? Really? Like, come on. It's 9 AM. I haven't slept yet. And these goddamn birds don't want to shut the fuck up. Plus my neighbor is a mechanic. No wonder rent was so cheap. I have the same thing with birds. Don't worry. I understand the birds all too well. Like, it is the worst. I got a big ass tree out front of my apartment. So in my morning streams, you will be able to hear the birds. And their stupid little pain in the ass. Pain in the ass bird calls and shit. Okay. Bit darker. There we go. So this here, that's the bottom. That's the bottom. That's the top. Right, left. Front. Back. Up the back here. It's okay if this doesn't line up perfectly either. Because I'll open it up in Blender in a second. And just make sure that it lightens up. Or lines up. All right. So we do that. Okay. If we do that, and I go export, PNG, Karen costume, now you get to see what all that was about. Bam. Okay, so I need that to be up this end. I need that to be over this side. Okay. So. So you can see how it's just like, you know, you got the earrings, you got the lines going through for the different parts of the costume. You got the blue shirt there. You got the wig. The wig's underneath. And it'll have like a little bit there and there that connects up to. So what we'll do, the edit mode, grab those, go into texture paint, grab that. Why is that? There we go. Better. That's better. There we are. Okay. All right. It's gonna go up there. Now we need to smooth. That's a little bit. Grab this again. There we go. Beautiful, so that's where the wig is. So get rid of that. We can select this. And we have it here. All right. And what we do, save that, go back here, I've darken. There we are. Now we just texture and right inside Blender. Because I also like to live dangerously. I mean, I do have that UV add-on thingamajig. I'm just not using it. I know what you might be asking. Why am I not using it? And the answer to that question is because. Because. Yep. There we are. And then last thing we need to do So we need this. Be sort of like that. All right. This looks good. Voila. The Garen costume. Done. All right. What I might do, save myself jumping back and forth, I might just use this to do the label. And then use Blender. To do the other bits and pieces. Yeah. That'll make it a lot faster. Good double. Okay. Export. Double costume. And duplicate that again. Electro. Have you lived here? Here we go. Come on. Text is selected. Just Yushina. Nice. Electro costume. We have to copy you. Move you in there. This one. That does it. Oh, just. That just fits. I'm gonna probably bump this down a little bit. But there. Burstable costume. Move. Oops. Remove. Backed checker. This will probably be 48. There we go. pretty popular. There we go. And now we just need to do all the actual coloring and stuff in Blender itself. Okay. Open up. Burstable costume. Everything but it. We'll need some white. Throughout. And we'll also need black. We'll probably have go down this side here. Okay. All right. It gives us our different colors and whatnot. Won't worry about the Monica or anything. I don't think I really need to do anything more for Burstable. As Burstable's fairly straightforward. We don't have a wig or anything like that. We don't have... Like, most of it's like a third, a third, a third in terms of colors. So it's not going to be like Karen, where there's like a small part that's blue and everything else is black. Okay. Now we can go for Electro. Actually, we'll do Godobble first, because Godobble is very simple. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was just my neck reminding me that it exists. Dude, what games from Sony's State of Play are people excited for? Ah, yeah, because they're flipped. Come back to that. Alright. Do another chest to relax. You know what I think I need to do? I need to stretch before I exercise. That's my big issue, I think. Everyone's so quiet at night. I feel like all of my nighttime viewers are American viewers that are just asleep. Snoozing away, all relaxed like. Sounds nice. Go there, because if you take, I take. You push, I take. So you push. Okay, cool. Now I can push you. I'm still gonna do that. Saffarini jocks. I'll move that there. And then push you there so I can get you out. Oh, fuck. Ah, that pawn move was stupid. It was supposed to be that pawn. Because now it's checkmate. This goes there and it's checkmate. Fucking wrong pawn. Wrong pawn. Let's just lose a few quick games. I'm still gonna do that. Yeah, you got a hole there. Go there. No, because we've got that. I can move you there, so that way I can go there, you take there, I take there. Or you do that and just be extremely super duper annoying about everything in the universe all at once. Now I'm gonna go there. Yoink. Put that there. Stop you. Like over here is pretty much a stalemate. I gotta like go out this way. I don't know what you're thinking. You're gonna move there, I assume. Yep. I mean, that's fine if that's what you want to do. Very confusing, but sure. Certainly something that's pursuable. I'll leave that and I'm gonna move that. That way you take there, I take there, you take there. Doesn't really matter. Now you take there, I do that. You do that. I go here. Hehehe. Ha ha ha. Shit. There's nothing I can do. I'm stuck. Yeah, no. Nothing I can do. Well, as I said, lose a quick few games. We'll pull out there. I'll go back here. Nice. And go there, and I'm nice and safe. Tucked away. All nice and nifty like. Wait. No, wait, take that, because I can do that. Now I can push this one. Come on, you can finish this without an extra rook. Or are you just that bad that you can't figure it out? There we go. Fucking hell. Could have finished that a lot sooner. A lot sooner. Move that there. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can't really do anything about it. Let's see, I can do that though. Okay. Now it's time to lose. Are we ready for this? Oh, come on, don't disconnect. There we go. There we go, they're back. They've come back. Oh my god. They're gonna disconnect and it's gonna be frustrating. Fine. Fine. Get back to my texturing. I don't think I need to do anything else for Godobble. Godobble can just be that. Nothing special about it. Electro. Okay. Electro will be mostly this color. There'll be a little bit of white. Alright, where's that smudge? I'll deal with that after. This done first. Maybe that connection there. The board game textures are going to be very interesting. Because one of the board games is like a battle bots. Kind of like a Rock'em Sock'em Robots. But for bobbleheads. So obviously Jackie's going to be on that. We'll probably just have like 2 Jackie Daniels with like one that has red gloves, the other has yellow or something, or blue. And then I've got the best video game, like the best board game thing that I made is Bobble Trap, which is like Mousetrap, but the background of it is bobbleheads are trying to escape your shop. So you play a game like Mousetrap, and you set up a trap to eventually catch the bobblehead. So it is looking good. You should see the Karen one. Here's how the Karen one came out. You got the earrings there, you got the blue shirt there. Yeah, you got the wig there. Yeah. This is the only one that we've put detail into so far because the others haven't needed it. Like Burstable. Burstable is just 3 colors, the white, the black, and the blue. There's not really much detail needed there. Yeah. Godobble is just blue. Godobble's just blue. So doesn't need anything else. And now we're doing Electro. We're doing Electrocutioner. So we've got the white shirt there, which I'm going to have a line run, like crease it, basically. There's like a crease in the shirt. The people who notice are going to be bowled over, especially for the game that it is. Like, now I do need a black. We do need like a fairly big black. I'm thinking probably have this like here. Because it's just the tie. There's not a lot of black that's needed. There we are. Every fortune teller I've ever met is either incredibly depressing or way too enthusiastic. Why is it so hard to find a happy medium? Ah, very nice. Very well done. That's good. That's good. Okay, so we need... blue down there. Now this will probably have some different shades of blue as well. We'll have to put some like overlap and darker lines through this too. Yeah. That's right. I need to start looking in, like, documenting this this process that I came up with that could be used for very horrible situation, like making lives worse. So I figure if I patent the process, I can prevent that from happening. Or just make a ton of money by charging companies that want to do that process a shit ton of money to use my patent. Yeah. Patent's idea to prevent companies from making people's lives worse. Lets companies use patent for a lot of money. What up to? Ah, good time to show up. How come the Hulk never loses his pants when he transforms? The experiment altered his genes. Ah, ha ha. I will say the Hulk is a good advertisement for Levi's. Even the Hulk can't fully destroy Levi's. What do you call a cup of coffee with 6 cents? Deja brew. That's funny, brew. And then down here. Okay. That's all we need. Maybe some, I think I walked into the wrong stream. I don't think you did. I think you're precisely where you're meant to be. Okay. That's right. You'll rue the day that you walked into this stream. All right. Done. And we need to get fact checker. I've already got some orange too. Oh, for his hair. I love it. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I'm a genius. Oh, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. I can't escape every direction I go. I get close to. That doesn't sound like a problem to me. There we are. Let's see. It's fine. I know. Peak? Yep. Not just peak, but also a boo. that. So the shirt is going to be a large amount of it. What am I trying to do? We're creating a texture for this. So it's a Halloween costume. So these colors, like the black suspender, the khaki pants, the blue shirt, the red hair, that needs to be in the texture. Similar to Karen, So if we have a look at Karen, you can see how we got the blue earrings up here for Karen. We got the blue shirt there. And we've got the wig there. And then the rest of it's just like the jacket and skirt and stuff. Yeah. So yeah. That's what we're doing. Yeah, we've got fact checker to go. Like, we've got these 2 left to do. So these ones, those are done. And this is the one that we're working on. Yeah. And then we got pretty popular to do after that. And then that's all I need to do tonight. And then these ones will start tomorrow. These ones will probably take like a day each. Yeah. They'll take a bit longer to do. So we got the orange for the hair. We've got the blue color selected at the moment. So if I do out here as blue, and we also have a little bit of red there, and we have orange there. There we are. Okay. Then this over here can be the khaki color. Holy texture blessing my eyes right now. I mean, it's certainly coming to life, that's for sure. That'll work. Okay, get this. Hydrate! Let's do it. Ah, much appreciated. This would be a lot easier if I was using my drawing tablet. But I started streaming this evening and thought, I'm gonna make life difficult for myself. And now, here we are. Alright. Grab that. Let me drop that down. This one doesn't need to be too much. Like, maybe we have it come up there like that. What up, Brainoid? How are you? So what I'm thinking... Get that done. The end there, that'll be that bit. Actually, we'll get that bottom bit there done. Do that. That'll kick there along. Saying I'm a new laptop right now and it's crazier than my auto battler. Trixie XFCE and more dev tooling than God himself has ever seen. What is Trixie XFCE? Oh, man. Because I know what XFCE is, but... Oh, Debian 13 Trixie. Ah, right. Right. I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, I've used XFCE before with a few different Linux distros. Yeah, I'm not used to Debian names. I usually just go by like Debian 12, Debian 13 kind of thing. That's fair. Now we can be bees. This is good news. We can be bees omniman. Bees omni. Is that supposed to be like the business ombudsman? There we go. So if we do that, and then we have this, so it does still... come through a bit. Like soften up those edges. Yeah. Use Debian 12 on a VM. Nice. Nice. Debian used to be my go-to distro. Until I just kept finding things were out of date. Like I'd go to get a package from the Debian apt. And just be like, ah, cool, we're like 2 years behind. So I eventually just went, nah, I'm moving on. Do that. Oh, that cool. A good reason for it, but I'm not trying to convince you. Yeah, like if I was gonna set up like if I was gonna set up a server or something for production purposes, I'd probably go with something like Debian because it's a very stable distribution. Yeah. That's the type of thing I use it for. Calling my name in the chat. Just yellow. Yep. Actually, why is no one else's coming up with color? I think it's... yeah, so I think yours... I think you've set the color for your name. Yeah. Probably. Currently, my server uses Synology DMS7. Interesting. So you're running a NAS server, is what you're telling me with that. I'm torturing an LLM into setting up an entire distributed system in dev env on my laptop. LLM distribute, setting up an entire distributed system dev environment on my laptop. Okay, yep. That makes sense to use Debian for that. Yep. Okay. That's the suspenders. First we get the jobs, then we get the khakis, then we get the girls. Basketball. Do that. Then Grab that. And then all right. Fix up this area. All right. Save. Now for the last one. Pretty popular. Do run a full website in TS with it. Ah, yep. There's some pro texturing. I mean, that's a word. I'm not sure if it's a word I would use in this situation, but it is a word. Honestly, I've been doing art and texturing stuff for the last week, the last 2 weeks at this point. And I'm just like, oh my god, I just want it over. I just want it to be finished. Proactive texturing, maybe. Yeah, like for my next game, I don't think I'll need to do this as much because I'll be texturing as I go with my next game. Whereas I kind of like my next game isn't going to have items that you sell in a store or anything like that. It's gonna be like, all right, here's one of the, like, here's a puzzle piece. Like, here's a part of the puzzle that we need to implement. I'm gonna model it, I'm gonna texture it, I'm gonna make it look correct, I'm gonna put it in the game. As opposed to going, all right, we have items in the game. We know that positioning them on the shelves is working. We know that taking them off the shelf is working. We know that customers interacting with them is working and stuff like that. So now I just need to go off. All the logic is implemented that works for items that you sell in the store. So now I just need to go off and I just need to create the meshes, create the textures, and then create the data in the game that uses those meshes and textures. So it's just a different workflow, basically. Just a different workflow. Like, I can create 100 more items to put into the game to sell to customers. And it would just be modeling, texturing, and adding data into the game. And that's all it would be. No coding needed or anything. I think we can go through that way. Let's get that white headband now. I feel the same with Replicate Mobile version. Just want to move on. To be fair, I did not know you can draw in Blender, but I have not used it in over 10 years. So in Blender, you can set your layout, you can model, you can sculpt. You got sculpting tools. You can edit the UVs. You can texture paint. You can set up the materials. You can do animations. You can do rendering. You can use geometry nodes to dynamically create things, which is really good for like landscapes and buildings and structures and things like that. You can script in Blender as well to create stuff. My favorite thing to do is video editing. You can do video editing in Blender. And also, you can do 2D. So where's Grease Pencil in this, actually? I think, is Grease Pencil just part of texturing? I think Grease Pencil's just part of texturing. I love the Blender video editor and Grease Pencil animations. Yeah. So I need to get back into making shorts once Bobble Shop Sim is finished. But I have an entire workflow set up for creating my YouTube and TikTok shorts. Like, so I just drop in the clip that I want. Edit it, add transitions, do like set like vox, like sound manipulation and stuff like that. Yeah, it just, I don't need to use anything else. I don't need DaVinci. Who needs DaVinci? I don't need Adobe or ZBrush or Maya or I also used to use 3ds Max more than Blender. That's fair. Like, Blender has just become so powerful. And it's just getting more powerful as well. Looks like, it almost looks like the Mexican flag. Geometry nodes. Yeah, geometry nodes. Yep. Geometry nodes are fantastic. I really need to learn geometry nodes. I don't need to learn them for my next game, but I think after my next game, I'm gonna look at learning them. Yeah. Do that. Let's... Oops. Ads. Alright. Let's do some chess while these ads play. Lose another couple games. There we are. Go there. I can't take that because you'll just take there. But yeah, screw it, why not? This thing constantly going out of sync is doing my brain in. Now I can go there, attacking you. You can go anywhere you want though, because I've got nothing happening. Can push that to there. Okay. I'm gonna go there. If I go there, I fork them. But then you do that, and I do that. Suck it. Dick. Mm. You know what? See what it does now. If I go there, oh, it's smart. It's smart. Now I can do that. Now it's checkmate. Now it's checkmate. Good stuff. Okay. Nice. Alright, last thing. There we go. Done. Sweet. I'm thinking might pull these into Blender. Oh, Critter. Might go, for example, the pretty popular this one here. I'll take that, drop down to 5. Then go darken. No. Just normal. Go over like this. We need to select this. And then, whoops. Interesting. Shift, no. Select the invert selection, Control Shift I. There we are. All right. Okay. That's going to require a bit there. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that because I've got to like make sure that these line up and stuff like that. That's too much. Too much. We can get rid of these. Take those. Get push. All right. I like it. The last 3 textures. 3 more to go. Sony Vegas Pro. What? All right. Where are we? That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. we're gonna go here. I'm gonna finish it there now that we've got our textures done. All 6 of them. Can't believe we've got all 6 textures done in 4 hours. Pretty fantastic. Tomorrow we will start on these textures. I'll probably start with the battle bobbles first. These are going to take like a day each. So we've probably got like 3 more days of texturing. I'm not streaming in the morning because my body's already very sore. And I'm pretty sure in the morning I'm not going to want to get out of bed because every time I move it will hurt. Hello, Mungalo. Welcome in. Welcome in. So yes, I will be back this, like, tomorrow, this time, 4 hours ago. Yeah. Oh, I've been here, you're not getting away? Damn. I tried. Yeah. Alright. I will see you all tomorrow night. Have a good one. You get dunce.